Tembleque!
Welcome back to At the Table. Sydney here, and you might see that my scenery is just a little bit different today. We have ventured to Orange County to check out their Cooperative Extension office, and I am joined by one of the amazing FCS agents we have across the state, Miss Ivelisse Colon. And thank you so much for being here, Ivelisse.
Thank you for coming here to Orange County,
yeah,
Sydney.
We love it.
To have you here.
She has a brand new facility, so obviously it's gorgeous. And we have such a beautiful backdrop for our show today. So, Ivelisse, you're from Puerto Rico?
Yes, ma'am.
And
I am.
How long did you live in Puerto Rico?
I'm born and raised in Puerto Rico. I came as an adult to the United States.
Awesome.
Yep.
Did you enjoy it?
Living there?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yes. Puerto Rico is, I think it's paradise for me. I love the warm weather, so you know when winter comes, I'm not the happiest person. But I love, because Puerto Rico is small, it's like 110 by 35 miles. You can be at the beach in 1 hour and go to the mountains in an hour and a half. And the weather is hot, but it tempers down in the holidays. So right now, the high temperature probably is about 80 degrees.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Yes, but the best are in the nights, in the holidays, when the sky is full of stars. I love it.
Wow. I have always wanted to go to Puerto Rico. I've heard it's so beautiful to be there. So we're going to learn a little bit today about Puerto Rico, some of her Ivelisse's traditions, family recipes.
Yes.
And we're making one of those today, right? Which one are we making first?
Today we're making tembleque.
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 I think I got it.
And it's called tembleque because it's a little jiggly, a little more solid than gelatin, but still jiggly. So that's why it's called like that.
And tembleque, doesn't that mean shaky? Is that what it translates to?
It's related. The root of the word is,
related to kind of like shaky, jiggly.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So our first step, what's our first step?
So first, we gather the ingredients. If we have coconut milk, not coconut cream, because coconut cream is sweeter.
Okay.
So most of the time with the coconut milk, you can control more the amount of sugar that you put. And it's very simple. The coconut cream, we have sugar, cornstarch to thicken the mixture, and a little bit of salt. And in Puerto Rico, we use what is called agua de azar, and it's orange blossom water. But it's hard to find here in the States. So we are going to use orange zest today.
All right, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So our first thing is our coconut milk, right?
Yes, this is the coconut milk. Because coconut milk has fat, you have to kind of shake the can so then it gets everything mixed. So our exercise for today.
Was this the job for the children as you were growing up? Your grandma would make this and tell y'all to do this job?
Well, no, we didn't use canned coconut milk.
Because you did the orange blossom water, right?
Well, the orange blossom water, you buy it. But the coconut milk, you make it.
You would just have coconuts.
Exactly. We have the brown coconuts, and you have to check, make sure that it has the water. And what my grandmother used to do is poke holes and take the water out. And then she will give us the coconuts and she would say, go outside and bust the coconuts open. And because the walls are, most of the houses are concrete, we would go out and then throw the coconuts against the wall. And then she will take the meat of the coconut and with warm water, with the coconut water, then she mixed that with the meat and then strain it, and that's how you make coconut milk.
Okay.
So for those that know how to make coconut milk or like, fresh coconut milk, you can use the same amount. This is a 13-ounce can, so about a cup and a half to 3 cups actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're good.
All right. Let's pour it on in.
And you can use any brand here in the States, but make sure that it's coconut milk, not cream.
Yeah. All right.
That one.
Looks good. Now, do you feel like there was definitely a flavor difference in coconut milk versus using that fresh coconut?
Yes,
fresh homemade coconut milk?
Yes, there's a little difference because it tastes lighter probably with the fresh coconut milk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have stronger coconut flavor?
Depending how you make it, it could be stronger.
Okay, interesting. So next, since we don't have that orange blossom water, we're doing orange zest, right?
Yes, yes.
So we'll zest a little bit of our orange here.
And you don't need a big orange. I just like oranges. I bought a big one. And then I'm going to eat it.
There you go. This can be your snack with while you wait on your tembleque to set, right?
Exactly. So you can use orange zest, but instead of orange blossom water, but a lot of people put other things. They put nutmeg, they put vanilla. Some people use ginger. Some people put anisette. That is a spice. It's not used that often here, but in Latin America, it's used often.
Okay, cool. So you can make it kind of any flavor that you're interested in.
It's just to give it a little hint of different.
Okay, awesome. Well, we've got those done, and then I think we pretty much have our ingredients gathered after that. So we'll take a short break, and we'll see you guys back in just a second to mix together our tembleque.
Every year, 7 million 911 calls are made in North Carolina.
911, what's your emergency?
Will you answer the call? Every second counts. You can be that lifeline. People in crisis look to us for assistance. We provide guidance and support until physical help can arrive at the scene. Join us and make a difference in our community. Be the calm in the chaos. Be the voice in the dark. It's the hardest career you'll ever love. Will you answer the call? Discover more at it.nc.gov/911careers.
All right, welcome back. We are still working on Ivelisse's tembleque. So we've got our coconut milk added in, right? So our next step is just the rest of our ingredients.
Put all the ingredients except the cinnamon. The cinnamon is to sprinkle on top when it's
to make it look pretty for visual appeal.
Exactly.
So,
and meanwhile you do that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn on the stove on medium high. So when Cindy finishes mixing everything, then it's ready to cook all the ingredients.
So we had, I think it was half a cup of sugar and half a cup of cornstarch. And then we did a quarter of a teaspoon, I believe, of orange zest.
Yes.
And then my last ingredient is about a quarter of a teaspoon.
Yeah, a good sprinkle.
Salt. Do one. A little extra. And you said that's kind of to taste. It's you flavor it. You season to taste, basically.
Yeah, and what happens with the salt? The purpose of the salt is to enhance the flavor of the dessert. Most of the time, when you have desserts and they have a sprinkle of salt, etc., it's just for enhancement.
Yeah, gotcha. Now, how long do I tend to whisk it for?
The whisking is to break lumps of cornstarch. So when we cook it, you don't have like a big lump of cornstarch that is not cooked. So depending as you see it, and you're mixing it, if you see that cornstarch is really mixed, then we begin it's ready to put in on the stove.
Okay. Now, when did you typically make tembleque? Like what time of year would your family make tembleque?
We make it in the holidays for Christmas. You would not see it probably the rest of the year. So most of the desserts that we have made of coconut, we make it for the holidays in Christmas.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yes.
I guess I would just think coconut would, because we use it so much for a summer dish, you know, I mean, coconut, you think of summertime, pina coladas, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So because you have coconuts all year round, right?
All year round,
So
exactly.
it's just become more of a winter thing for y'all in winter. I say not
Yeah,
like as
yeah.
cold as it gets here, but
Yes, well, because it's tropical there, it's warm all the time. Technically, you can make it, like you say, any time of the year, but it's like a celebration dish
right.
that we
Okay.
make for that special time of the year.
Well, I think this looks pretty mixed. You tell me.
Yes, we're
So you're
gonna
the
put it here.
expert.
And I'm gonna turn it up a little here. And what we're gonna do is mix it, so then the sugar then incorporates with the milk, and the cornstarch begin to thicken the mix. So we don't want it too thick because it gets hard.
Yeah.
So probably the texture will be a little harder than gelatin, but a little like flan.
Yes. Yeah.
Like some people know about flan, that is a custard.
Right.
This is not a custard because it doesn't have eggs, but it's more like the consistency of the flan.
Yeah.
So not too hot, not too hard, not too soft. And I have it on medium high, and I keep moving it so the sugar doesn't stick to the pot.
Right.
And also because I don't want to burn the sugar or the coconut.
Okay.
So so it's important to mix and keep mixing it and be aware of the heat. You don't want it to be boiling because that's not the purpose of boiling it.
It's kind of more of a low to medium heat, slow kind
Yes.
of cook.
Medium high. So I'm gonna keep on mixing here.
Now, when y'all celebrate Christmas, because your family celebrates Christmas, how is it? Is it a little different in Puerto Rico compared to how it's celebrated here in the U.S.?
Well, yes, it's a little different because Christmas in Puerto Rico is longer. Number one, we celebrate, after Thanksgiving, but we celebrate until after January 6th. January 6th, then we celebrate the Epiphany, when the three kings come to visit the baby Jesus.
Oh, okay.
So it's a longer time. It's a longer Christmas. All that time, kids are on vacation, so we love our vacation.
Yeah.
And what we do dishes that are from that time of the year. We have a lot of dishes that we only make that time of the year. And we visit the houses of people and bring music to the people. In
Y'all
the middle
just go
of the
and
night.
sing? So, like, as a group, you'll go and it's kind of like caroling. Y'all will go and sing?
It's like caroling, but you don't tell the people. You don't tell those
surprise.
that you. Yes, it's a surprise. You don't tell them you're coming. You just go there in the middle of the night and begin to sing, and then they will know that you are coming to visit them.
Do you have people on a nice list? So if you get sung to, it's a nice person that you get to sing to?
Oh, well.
Or do you just choose somebody that
No,
needs a little
just-
cheer?
Just somebody that we know, a friend, a coworker, anybody that is willing to accept you at home.
Oh, okay.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It's getting
Very
warmer
neat.
here, so.
Now, do y'all celebrate every single night you said you celebrate after Thanksgiving until Christmas. Is it that you go to different houses the whole time? See different family, or do you just kind
Not
of?
necessarily. Most of the time we do it on the weekend because people are working during the week. And I'm gonna lower the heat a little. I don't want it to boil. So we meet up together, some friends, and talk about where we're gonna go, and that's it. It's more spontaneous than anything.
Oh, okay.
So we don't do it every day, just sometimes in the weekends, most of the time.
Well, I think we're going to take a quick break, Ivelisse. So we're going to let this sit for a couple more minutes.
A couple of more minutes and it should be fine. It's
Okay.
thickening actually, so it will be fine.
Okay, great. Well, we'll take a quick break. We'll see y'all back in just a second to finish this up.
It's the holiday season, time for feasting and for gathering with friends and family. Having everyone together lightens the heart, but it also weighs down your Wi-Fi network. You see, most home Wi-Fi networks just aren't robust enough for crowds. Until now. Introducing AirTies from Star Communications. AirTies work together to blanket your home with a strong load-balancing Wi-Fi mesh network that can handle the biggest family gathering, including Cousin Tommy, you know, the Fortnite King. AirTies from Star Communications.
All right, so our tembleque is done. It's nice and thick, right, Ivelisse? So what are you going to do next?
So what we're going to do is plate it. You can put it into cups if they are going to eat it there, or into little cups, and you can plate it in another way. But I put a little bit of water in it so it doesn't stick. So I'm just going to get rid of the water. And the water is not going to do any harm to the mix, really. So I'm going to put 4 of them here, kind of quick. And
You need me to hold it?
yes, if you want to, if you can hold it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to pour here. We can pour that amount, and then here, a little bit, and we can come here.
Smells good.
Yes.
Smells like coconuts.
And then there. And what I'm going to do is the rest of it, I'm going to pour it in a big one also with some water. It just doesn't stick in it. And then we're going to pour the whole thing here.
Now, do you prefer the glass over a different type of mold?
I do prefer glass than metal or plastic, of course. You may see some people use like silicone molds. The only thing with the silicone mold is that it may crack when you...
The tembleque may crack?
It may crack on the top, and then it may break. It doesn't look as nice. So I'm going to finish there.
Perfect.
I'm
I'll throw
going to
this
put that away.
in the sink for
And
you.
I'm just going to shake it a little. It doesn't have to have, it doesn't have to be smooth or anything. I'm just evening it out. And then I put it to set, depending how much you make, but for this one, probably about 3 hours.
Okay.
And after 3 hours, it should be set and ready to eat.
And then do you top with the cinnamon?
And then you mold it. If you have a big one like this one, you turn it and mold it and then top it with the
your
cinnamon.
Okay.
Or if you have the little cups, then you top it with the cinnamon. You can eat it there.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, I'll go ahead and I'll put these in the fridge for you, and
Perfect.
you can kind of explain our next recipe that we're going into.
No problem. So the next recipe is a recipe that comes from Spain, and it is called Tortilla Espanola. And let me put this away on this side. I want to put it away. Okay. And or Spanish tortilla. And the ingredients for the Spanish tortilla are olive oil. Most of the time, people prefer to use olive oil. That's the traditional way. If you don't like olive oil, I get the light taste olive oil. So then it's not as strong. And 3 medium potatoes, 1 medium onion, and 5 eggs. We're gonna use 5 eggs. Eggs, most of the time what I do is I take them out of the fridge so they're more at room temperature.
Gotcha.
That's the traditional tortilla española. We're gonna put some little bit of salt and pepper, and we are gonna make it in a pan. And when we make it in a pan, you will see that I will flip the pan over
Oh.
and then put it back, and then so we can cook the tortilla. And it's not a Mexican tortilla, it's not a flour, it doesn't have any flour. It's just called tortilla because of the eggs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So
first up, we need to peel our potatoes,
we're
right?
gonna peel up potatoes, exactly,
go ahead
and
and do that.
we're gonna cut them in slices.
Okay. Do you have a small paring knife?
I have a small paring knife. Yes, ma'am.
I
Here.
could use a chef's knife, but when you're peeling potatoes, I probably would recommend a peeler or a small chef's knife, right, Ms. Ivelisse?
Yes. Yes.
And these are just, these look like the yellow, like Yukon potatoes.
These are yellow potatoes. I have tried it with rosette, but the rosette potato breaks too much. You know, it gets too soft. So
You feel like this one sets a little bit better.
this is better. Yes, definitely.
Okay, great. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll finish up our peeling our potatoes. We'll take a quick break while we do this, and we'll see y'all back in just a second.
Let's get out of here.
Protect what matters most in your life with security from Star Communications.
All right, welcome back, guys. So we are, we've did our potatoes, right? And we added some onions. So tell me a little bit about what we did to make our, it was tortilla
Española or Spanish tortilla.
Okay.
Yes. What we did, we took 3 medium potatoes, you peel them, and cut them lengthwise, and then cut them again lengthwise, and cut it in slices about 1/2 inch. So we do that. We cut the onions julienne style, lengthwise also. And what we do in a pan, we put olive oil, about 3/4 cups of olive oil, and we put it on low to medium heat. And then what we poached the potatoes and the onions in the oil. So we don't fry them because they're not under the oil. And they're not on high heat, they're on low heat. So the humidity of the potatoes with the oil will cook the potatoes. So they're tender and the onions are translucent.
And poaching, this is something that you typically do this in Puerto Rico, right? That
Yes.
you poach. When I think of poaching, I think of poached eggs with water, and you're submerging in water quickly. But it's very different, right? So poaching here is a lower heat.
It's on a lower heat, medium low. We put the potatoes on medium low. So we don't want them to brown the potato. You have a couple of brown potatoes, but we just want them to cook in that oil with the humidity of the potato.
Almost like steaming with oil.
Almost like steaming. So this dish is a good dish for you know, any time of the year.
And you use the lid after you put all that. We added that lid to help it to do that steaming,
Exactly.
poaching. Proper
Exactly,
term,
to
to do
do-
the poaching.
Yeah, create that humidity.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we have next?
So what we're gonna do is we're going to beat 5 eggs, and then we're going to add the potatoes and the onions to those. I let them cool them already a little. So what we're gonna do is kind of quick. We're gonna beat these eggs really good, and then to the mixture, we're gonna add the potatoes and the onions. And Sydney, if you can put that heat on this eye, on I would say medium high, almost high.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on
And
medium
this is
high.
they're already good. We can put that, if you can take this.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're gonna put a little bit of salt. And we're gonna put a little bit of pepper here. That's it. We can always add salt and pepper. And then we're going to incorporate the onions and the potatoes. And what we want to do is I mix it, I put it little by little and then mix everything so they are engulfed in the egg that have been beaten. And then mix everything. I'm gonna put everything. And you will see this is not a greasy dish actually because we have drained that oil.
Yeah. I'll take this for you.
Let me mix it well. And that, we're using the same pan, and that pan is on medium. I'm gonna put it medium high. I'm gonna put it really high.
And there's still maybe a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of oil left over that y'all can probably see
Yes.
the residue of the oil.
Yes.
So there is still a little oil in there.
Yeah, you hear it? There. And I'm gonna put the mix here, and you will hear.
Do you need this
There
to
we
get
go.
any juice out?
Yeah, I'm
There
gonna
we
use
go.
that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And what we're doing is we're moving the egg, so then the egg on top cooks. We don't want to burn the egg on the bottom. Eventually, we're gonna turn this. So moving the egg from the bottom and then moving the one from the top so it cooks. And some people like it drier, some people like it wetter. I like to a little bit dry so it doesn't drip as much when we plate it. And we're gonna turn this Spanish tortilla.
Similar to people, sometimes people like their scrambled eggs a little bit more runny, or sometimes they like them a little bit more
Exactly.
dry.
So I'm gonna take a plate, and this is the tricky part. Gonna put that plate here. Gonna go here, turn it,
Wow.
and then put it back in. It's a little broken, but that's okay.
No, I think you did great. That was beautiful. I don't know how it's supposed to look, but it looks good to me.
Okay, and we're gonna give it a little shape. Should be a little more solid. We can wait a little bit. And then we're going to plate it.
Do you need another plate? Or do you use the same
No,
one?
we can use the same plate.
Okay.
We can use the same plate. Okay. Almost there.
Looks good. It smells delicious.
Yeah. This one is a little softer, but that we're fine. And we're gonna put that on the side. We're gonna put the plate
Back over.
back over, and then we're gonna turn it.
Voila. Beautiful.
Oh, and I just broke it, but that's okay. And I'm gonna take this out, and I'm gonna put it in the middle.
Yum. Now, do you put ever sprinkle with cheese or add anything else on top? Or do
Yes, yes,
you can do that.
yes, you can do that. Traditionally, it's just potatoes and onions and egg, but people put chorizo, people put ham, people leftovers like turkey slices. Cut it into pieces, mix it with the whole thing. And this is great for brunch, for breakfast, for lunch, with a little salad on the side.
Yum.
And we're good.
I love it. And this is something, I love that we can make this, you can make it a little bit more healthy, or you can even use those leftovers. So this is, if you've got leftovers from Christmas, this is a great way to use those leftovers
Exactly.
for a little bit of a different dish.
Exactly. So
Yeah, well, I can't wait to try it. Ivelisse, thank you so much for being on the show.
you're very welcome.
We've enjoyed learning all about Puerto Rico and your family traditions and your food traditions as well.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. We'll see you guys back next time at the table.